Today we're talking about where your money and finance journey needs to begin. And I know everybody hates the dreaded word budget. And there are some easy ways to be able to do this so you don't have to mess around with it for years and years and really be paying that close attention to your budget once you have it set up and organized. But I was just having a conversation with a couple of people and we were talking about the three, especially for young people, the three big budget busters that kind of crush everybody's budget. And not that you shouldn't be paying attention to the small stuff, which you should, but these are those three big things that get everybody screwed up. And here's what usually happens is this. Somebody's younger, they start off and maybe they're working through high school, they get a car when they're 16 and they're doing all right. And then what happens is they go to college. Hopefully someone can pay for it for them, but if they can't, they get student loans. Hopefully you go to a school that's not that expensive and you get a degree that's actually usable, but you get student loans. Then while you're in college, it's amazing to me how many of these students who have no jobs, you get applications nonstop for credit cards. So they shoot you credit card app, people get credit cards. And even if the balances or the limits are only $1,000 or $2,500 or $5,000, you get yourself in trouble on a credit card. And then you graduate college and you decide that car that you've been driving since you're 16 is no good anymore. And you go out because you got your first big girl or big boy job and you get a expensive car, expensive to you, whatever that means. And you get a car loan. And now you've hit the triple header of bad shit that screws up your budget, which would be credit cards, student loans, and car payments. And then from there, if you're someone who then has no idea what's coming in for income, no idea what's going out for expenses, and now you sort of every month are living in the negative, now you're just making that situation worse and worse and worse. So I talk to a lot of people that reach out to me and this is their situation. They've got themselves in a pickle with those three things and a budget that they are not paying attention to that is running in the negative every month. And so what do we do? And so to me, in order to start this journey, one, you got to figure out and admit to yourself, I have not been paying attention. I've been doing a poor job with money and finance. And let's get this game figured out and point in the right direction. So where do we start? It's that dreaded budget word. And what I want you to do is this, whether it's a pad of paper, whether it's going to our website, the Complete Money Playbook, and clicking, it will give you a copy of my Excel spreadsheet budget that is super easy to figure out and use, or whether it's an online app. I don't really care where you do it or what you do it, but in a perfect world to me, you would do it old school. And that would be a pad of paper, because I think part of the problem in today's world and why especially the young are struggling financially is automation is awesome, but automation is also the reason why nobody feels their money going in, going out. They never feel the spending of it. They never feel the earning of it. It's just kind of numbers, on a piece of paper or in an app that just don't really do anything. It's amazing to me how it just kind of works that way where nobody has really any idea of how it works. So I think in some ways, going old school isn't a bad thing on this one. So old school this, get out that pad of paper. And if you're really not going to do a pad of paper, grab out something. And let's figure out, first of all, how much money you have coming in. And if you're not sure, go look at your banking app, go look at your previous bank statements and figure out how much money is being deposited into your checking account. And then from there, the more difficult part begins. We're going to figure out where you're spending all your money. And that might mean looking at, ideally 3 months, but maybe the last 2 months of your credit card statements, of your bank statements. And let's figure out honestly where that money is going. And if you have like ATM withdrawals and you're not sure where the cash is being spent for now, that's okay. We can just write that down as cash expenditures for now. But going forward, we're going to want to know where we're spending that money and going from there. I know most young people, it seems like you never spend cash because everything is a debit or a credit. And that's a good thing and a bad thing in itself as well. So we got to start there. So once we know where all this money is being spent, this is where, especially if you are in debt and if you are in high interest loan debt with high interest credit cards and high interest car loans and all those kind of things, this is where we're really, for the short term, going to hammer down on those debts. Now, I did some videos. We can link them in the description below about where to save money and how to, clean up your budget, or how to get rid of your car loans, or being smart about, what kind of car you drive and how cars are killing your finances. But we want to start there. And whether it is subscriptions that you're not using anymore, whether it's a gym membership for a gym you don't go to, whether it's door dashing, eating out, I don't care what it is. We got to figure out where we can slash this budget first to make sure that we have more money coming in than going out. And while we're doing that, we want to make a list of all those debts, the balances, the interest rates, the minimum payments, and figure out how many more months are left on these debts. So then we can start strategically knocking them out. So that is where we want to start on all this budget stuff. And if you want to win in the game of money and finance, the younger you start this, the better. If you don't believe me, go play on an investment calculator. We did a video about that as well. We can put a link down below to the investment calculators. But if you just go online, and whether it's on NerdWallet or Dave Ramsey's website, they do have some good calculators on there. Or whether you just Google it in Excel. I mean, there's so many places you can find out how these numbers work, the better. But I want you to see, if you started investing, $10 a day, $300 a month, and started at 20 or 25 years old, and figure out where it'll be 35, 40, 45 years down the road, and look at it at 8 or 10 or 12% on your money, you'll be shocked how many millions of dollars will be there. And again, it's not something where you had to make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. If you're someone who just makes, let's say, 50, 60, 80 grand a year, or your family together, maybe you make 100 grand a year, if you just start pulling the money out the top. So this is my version of an ideal budget. What I would say to do, and let's just use $100,000 as the family income, because it just makes the numbers easier and round, is you would do 20% off the top. And that 20% comes off, and at least early on, if there's debts to be paid, we got to find 20% of that budget to start getting these debts paid off and knocked out. And then the 80% that is left over, when we are first doing our budget, you'll see me talk about breaking that 80% into 50 and 30 for needs and wants. And at the end of the day, sometimes needs and wants are a little overlapping, so it can be a little confusing as to what is a need versus a want. But again, once we have these numbers figured out, I don't necessarily care if you want to call it a need or a want. Here's what I care about, is that if you made $100,000, you pulled your 20% off the top, and that 80% that's left over, every single month, every single day, every single year, you never spent a nickel more than that. So you never went into the negative. Now, we need to build up some cash reserves and those kind of things. But I'm telling you, if all you ever did was pull the 20% off the top, invest it starting when you're young, never overspend, never, you hear that? Never overspend the rest of the money that you have, and don't go into debt, you will be wealthy. You will have lots of money on the back end. Now, depending on what your definition of wealthy is and how much money you want to have there at the end, or what lifestyle you want to live, will depend on how hard you want to grind at work, how much income you want to make, how much you're willing to sacrifice on these budgets, how much you're willing to not overspend your income, how much you're willing to maybe drive a car that isn't as nice as you think you deserve, or maybe having a house that isn't as big or as expensive as nice as you think you should have. But if you live, modestly within your means, and you do the right things financially, I promise you, it's like if you do all the sacrifices now, you will win at this game in the long term. And trust me, as someone who is now 54 years old at the time of shooting this video and made these sacrifices, it's amazing how you can get where you need to be. And this is from someone who did all the right things. And then in my middle 30s, when we opened up our real estate company, went broke, went bankrupt. The Great Recession in 07, 08, 09 got us. So we were basically starting from a big negative position in my late 30s and hundreds, I think it was $750,000 worth of debt. And so for those of you that might be mid-late 30s, early 40s, even my age, it is not too late. You're just going to have to play the game a little bit differently on how much money you start to save and invest, how more modestly you're going to have to live within your budget. But again, if you do what's called a $0 budget, which is pull your money off the top and then not live on the rest, but never overspend it, that works. If you're someone who wants to be real specific and do that 50, 30, 20 budget, that works. There are also other budgets and other ways to pay attention to this that can all work. The key to all of this, and the biggest thing is, you absolutely have to pay attention This is not a game for the weak of heart. This is not a game where you can sort of half-ass doing it. You have to pay attention to the money coming in, to the money coming out. And these numbers will work. And most of these numbers that I talk about are at your current income. This is not, I started making more money. This is not, any of that stuff. This is basically just saying, if you made the same money forever and ever and ever, then these what the numbers will be. And again, I'm not big on the side hustles and other things. I'd rather see you work on your main hustle, your main gig and your main job, and see how to make as much money and move up the food chain and the ladder there. But the game of money and finance is, as I like to say, it is not that complicated. Figuring out what to invest that 20% off the top at the end of the day is not that complicated. You just need to find the right people, the right mentors, the right people that understand what your goals are. Because again, some people are willing to take more risk. Other people are not willing to take more risk. So again, if you're somebody who's doing what I was talking about, where you're pulling that 20% off the top, and instead of living on the other 80%, you're living on 60% of that, and now you want to take some money and try to hit some home runs and do some, what I would say, non-traditional fundamental investing, you can do that. Because now you put the fundamentals in place, and if you take a hit, and let's say you buy an individual stock, or you try to do some crypto or Bitcoin or whatever it might be, or you try to invest in some other unique business or whatever it might be, and it fails and it doesn't work, that's still okay. You took a chance and it didn't affect you in the fact that you're living within your budget. You're still living within your means. You are still pulling that money and doing the fundamental things off the top first. So again, you want to hit a home run, you want to try to hit a home run, by all means, go right ahead and try to do it. I just know you got to do that after you do all these other things. So with that being said, if you go to the website, CompleteMoneyPlaybook.com, there is the Excel spreadsheet there that you can use for a budget that'll start to add your numbers and stuff together. But I really do think for a month or two, if you went old school, pad of paper, used a lot of cash, God forbid, even wrote some checks rather than having everything on automated payments, because a lot of people don't even know what their power bill is, their water bill, their trash bill, their internet, their cell phone, their subscriptions, their gym membership, because it's all on auto pay. And they have no idea where all their money is going. And money does what you tell it to do. So if you spend it frivolously, I can't even say the word. If you spend it unconsciously and not really paying attention to what you're doing versus giving every job $1 and making sure you account for all those dollars every single month, you're going to be in such a better position to win the game of money and finance. And this is the starting point. This is the early on starting point. And it doesn't matter what your age is. Ideally, you start this at the very beginning and you were never in debt and you learn how to do it from the start. But if you're someone who maybe didn't learn these things and maybe made some bad choices and bad decisions financially, it's not too late to fix it. Because here's the thing. Every day you wait and every day goes by, this problem's not going away. This problem's going to continue to happen. Or it's going to continue to be there. It's going to make it so you can't sleep at night. And it's going to be just one more hassle in your life. So with all that being said, reach out to me. I'd love to hear the stories down below in the comments, or DM me or message me directly on what you did, what choices you made, what improvements are you starting to do right now. No waiting. You can start doing it today. And if you share your money and finance with another human being, you're a married person, you know, money's combined with someone else, then you guys have to sit down and have that conversation. Show them this video. Reach out to me together. I'm happy to talk to you about ways to do this. But again, start here and let's start with those basic fundamental principles to get you started on this path. Because again, it's one of those where if you don't start and you just keep delaying, you're never going to win this game. So hopefully that helps. But the budget and figuring out where you're going to start first is the way to go. And then we'll go from there. If you're enjoying the content we're putting out there and you want to watch another video, we have more videos right here about how to improve in the game of money and finance. And so we'll see you in another video very soon.